Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new series we're doing here at Polymath Tabletop. This series is going to be focused on my road to the Age of Sigmar World Championships held in Atlanta in November this year. I was lucky enough to earn my ticket at CanCon in January, and now with the kind of the new GHB release, we're getting some more details about what's going to be played. I've started kind of the prep to go over to such a major event. I know that to do well at such a big event, it's definitely going to be a lot of work. So that's where I'm hoping that these video diaries that I'll be releasing, the plan is once per week. They'll help me keep me on track with my preparations, but also get the community engaged because I'm not above getting some advice from from some of the other good players in the scene. But yeah, so this is just going to be kind of just an off-the-cuff little 5-minute videos that I'm going to be doing. And hopefully that gets everyone engaged, gets everyone kind of seeing what you have to do if you want to play at the top levels. And yeah, that's the idea. So the biggest thing at the moment that I've been reading about and working on is the new GHB. So it's kind of the big thing in the meta. A lot of people kind of are throwing ideas against a wall and seeing what sticks in regards to what it is. Like, you've got some amazing spells, you've got the nullstone ornaments or whatever they are. They can really change the game. All the battle plans and the battle tactics are all very different, so the battle tactics are a lot more difficult now. So I'm definitely of the opinion that you need to be writing a list with 2 to 3 battle tactics kind of planned to easily get. You can't just go for the easy ones each game like you used to. So, and then I think the biggest thing is the spells. So the two big spells are Hoarfrost and Blizzard, both of which are definite massive swings. You definitely need an answer for it or a plan to use it, and it can just be huge. So I'm seeing a lot of like blogs and articles coming out about kind of the maths and the power of Hoarfrost and what units it's best on. So I'm definitely paying attention to all of them. And in a couple of my test games, Blizzard was absolutely huge. So it's another thing that you can't ignore. You need to kind of have a plan for it. Whether it's kind of taking multiple small units, kind of putting some magic protection on your Death Star. But yeah, any list with just kind of one big single target, people will trade their little six wound wizard, the 100 points, to do 20 odd mortal wounds to that unit. So you definitely need an answer for that. So onto some of the test games that I've done recently. I took a very summoning heavy, magic heavy Seraphon list to a games day that was organised up here in Toowoomba. It did not do well. Part of that was bad matchups. I came up against Null Myriad, OBR, and Mega Gargants. And part of that was just some bad luck. So my other opponent was Fire Slayers. He had the Nullstone Pouch. So, and then I had some bad luck. I had a miscast with both Croak and the Slan on their first spells on one turn. Not the turn he used the Pouch. So he kind of basically I had no casting for 3 turns in a list that revolves around casting upwards of about 15 spells. So I've kind of tabled that list at the moment. I still think it's got a bit of teeth. I definitely need some tweaks before I put it back on the table. But I do have the feeling that it's just a little bit too matchup dependent. So there's a few big anti-magic counters out there at the moment, and with such good spells, there needs to be. So I think leaning too heavily into that might be a bit of a mistake if I'm playing a more all-comers list. At a teams event, I might be able to dodge the badge matchups, but not at a singles event. So the list that I'm working on at the moment is a Kotal's Claw list. I've played a game with it so far into a Fire Slayers. It's very Saurus heavy. I've got a Carnosaur, still got Croak in there for some casting because he just brings so much versatility and flexibility to the list. But 2 big units of Saurus with an Old Blood and some Chameleon Skinks. It played really well. I was really happy with how it played. Saurus are so much better, which is great because I've got tons of them. And I always love putting them on the table. They kind of never cut the mustard towards the end of the old book, which was unfortunate. And the new models are absolutely beautiful. So definitely need to get my hands on some of them. But yeah, so that's the only test game I've had with it so far. It played really well. My opponent made a couple of basic mistakes early that really kind of came into play over the course of the game. So I'm definitely keen to test it more. But so far, so good with that list. So I'll definitely be trying that further. I've also got a Thunder Lizard list that I'm working on just for some more flexibility. Um, and anyone who's been following the blog or has been talking to me recently knows I've been hammering out the Sylvaneth for the first kind of half of this year. Definitely still enjoying how they're playing. I've got some new lists that I did really want to try, and I think they're in a pretty good place in the new GHB. The biggest thing with the new GHB is the battle tactics. A lot of them are very difficult to get, so if you've got some effective book battle tactics, which Sylvaneth have, if you build the right list, um, their flexibility really opens up. So I've got a couple of Kurnoth heavy builds and an Oaken Bros list as well that I want to put on the table to try out. So. But that's kind of it for this video. It's a little bit longer than the rest of them because we're kind of catching up on a couple of weeks and I wanted to kind of explain the concept. But definitely leave your comments down below with any questions you have about what I'm doing to prepare or any advice you have with what I should be doing to prepare. I definitely want to get the wider community involved because I know there is an absolute stack of great players out there and all of your advice would be very welcome. So I've played at this level previously with different games, so I know it is a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort to be able to properly play well at this level. And so I need the community to kind of keep me honest. So like I've got one of the few golden tickets that Australia was given, and so I want to do Australia proud. So, but thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.